What's up, y'all? Welcome to Geek'd with Trey. Thank you for stopping by my podcast and checking me and the Geek Fam out, where we cover celebrity topics, local topics, and just everyday life shit. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and share. And also keep in mind that I don't own any of the rights to the music that's playing in the background or that plays in the background during the show. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. All right. Welcome to Geek'd Out with Trey on this Trey-tastic Thursday. It sounded better when I was going to say Trey-tastic Tuesday, but we're going to go ahead and rock with Trey-tastic Thursday. All right, y'all. So today, court is in order, but first, let's get into these dad jokes real quick. Oh, I didn't even bring my GIF out. I wanted y'all to remind me too. Anyway, I'm going to get that out later. All right, so let's get into these jokes real quick. Y'all ready?
We're ready.
All right.
Do it.
Why does Helen Keller masturbate with one hand? I'm coming with them today. Did some work.
She can't, I don't know what the heck.
Because she moans with the other.
Oh no.
These are dad jokes. All right. Why did the robber get mad in court?
Why did he get mad?
Oh, sorry. Why did the deaf robber get mad in court?
Because he was a part of the hearing?
No, because he lost his hearing. He lost his hearing. All right. Why can't? Ooh, this is a bad one. All right.
A bad one?
Well, it's a good one, but this is probably going to send us to hell. All right, play along.
Okay.
Why can't Jackie ride a bike?
Why?
Because she has no arms. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Not Jackie.
Not Jackie. You do it.
That's kind of funny.
Oh my God, that's like a really long time.
It's like knock knock. Who's there? Not Jackie. Oh man, every time.
I didn't realize we were going to go. Okay.
All right. So every time when me and my grandmother we go to a wedding, she always tell me, "Don't worry, baby, you're next." So now I done got into the habit of now every time we go to funerals. Don't worry. Don't worry, Nana. You next. All right. Way to do, Geek Crew. That's enough of the jokes. All right. I do want to play a game too later when we play the game, the trivia game. So hopefully we hurry up and get there. Because the trivia game is going to be Trey versus the Geek Crew. And if y'all lose, one of y'all have to do the Geek stage next time.
The Geek stage?
Yeah, the jokes, the little monologue in the beginning. All right. So today we talking Mendez brothers. We talking Tay Tay. Oh Lord, we talking Holly Bailey, not Holly Berry. We talking
Halle
Berry.
Thank you.
Halle
Bailey.
Anyway, we talking about the Little Mermaid.
Okay,
There you go. Can't go wrong with that. And then we also gonna be talking about some Republicans, getting rid of the. Oh, sorry, we got to say this right because I got a strike today. Doing for the pornography. I was just like, how y'all gonna be getting rid of pornography? It's gonna be a cold day in hell around this bitch sometimes. I'm just saying it's gonna be some shit. And then there's new evidence found in the Tory Lanez case. All right.
Some people are now reflecting differently on the Megan Thee Stallion case.
Yeah, true. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. The Mendez brothers, they got a reduced sentence or resentence to 50 years to life. I'm just like, well, even if they do get 50 years, like, they will never know what it's like to live tonight, like today. They don't know what iPhones are. They don't know what almost said iPods, but they don't have those no more. They don't know what any of this stuff is. Like, how are they going to live? Like, if they got out today, like, how would they live? And then, like, if they get out in 50 more years, like, how are they going to live then? I don't think they can adapt to the time period. Is pretty much my suggestion with that.
I don't think they're that far behind. I mean, they know what an iPhone is.
I mean, but they.
And they're really young enough that I think just with some careful guidance and consideration from their partners.
But they also gonna be in the halfway house too. They don't get right out.
All right, so let's go and talk about your girl Taylor. So my thing is, so Taylor has been subpoenaed to court because I guess she witnessed allegedly some of her sexual harassment issues going on in the Blake Lively and the what's his name, Justin Baldwin,
Justin, whatever his last name in the case.
Is it Baldino? Yeah. So wait,
Baldino or something?
To me, it's been reported that Taylor and Blake are not friends no more. So like, how does that fall in line with the girl code? And I'm glad I got the girls on here tonight because like, how does that fall in line with the girl code? Can
be friends and then not be friends.
I mean, you think she gonna really show up for y'all?
Well, I mean, the conversation looks like a misuse of trust.
I don't think you have to be friends to do the right thing. Just tell the truth. Yeah, that's it.
Beyonce and I are very different.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know if I can just come up and just be like, all right, like we used to be good friends and be friends and all this, and now I got to come up and still I got to do this one last solid for you. I'm just like, that's a lot to be sitting on. But so I don't know what's gonna happen with Tay Tay, but we're gonna keep a little close eye on that. Let's see.
Just get in there and keep it on it.
Huh? We're gonna keep her on the back burner. Let her keep her ass on warm. Let's see. All right, so I think we talked about this before about the Little Mermaid, but we briefly touched on this because they separated. So the Little Mermaid, yeah, I'm gonna keep saying the Little Mermaid too. Halle Bailey, basically she just recently came up with some charges, or not some charges. She didn't come up with charges. She just recently, released some tapes of her like that she's been abused. There's been some allegedly by her baby daddy. So with that, like we said, like they broke up, but I didn't think there was gonna be anything physical. But like over the last couple months or whatever, like that, it kind of seemed weird because like their relationship just seemed odd or whatever. She's reporting physical abuse, breaking into her home, sending photos of her from her bed, and there's like a lot of things, verbal abuse and some other thing allegedly. Like, we gonna release the little? How y'all think this gonna go over with the Little Mermaid? Those are Beyonce's proteges too, so I don't think this is gonna go over so well for him.
I don't think it's gonna go over well just because it's bad publicity. But I'm looking at that purely on a, if it's her brand that, there's concern about, I do think there might be some issue there. But I would say on a personal level, I mean, it's hard, their circles are small.
Oh, snap.
I'm on my way out to go. I'm about to go. Oh Lord, my talkative neighbors out here. Yeah, I believe it 100%. I've seen some of his behavior, and he is very immature, erratic. Quick to react, like kind of angry-ish. I just don't care for him.
I mean, like, so what's crazy is like I guess he does music. I don't really know what he did before then. That was like
that's a part of his anger issue. Is that half the people know him because he was dating her. Like, and then they knew him, and then they found out like his history and who he was. But prior to that, I had no idea who he was.
No, not at all.
And he got tired of being called Halle Bailey's baby daddy. Halle Bailey.
Isn't that shit tough to say? Hey TikTok, how y'all doing? All right, so new evidence.
Halle Bailey.
I think it's Halle. Isn't it Halle? It's Halle Berry. It's Halle Bailey. Sorry, Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey. Okay.
All right. So new evidence for the Tory Lanez case. So Tory Lanez has been pretty much locked up for nearly about 2 years, or if about 2 years. So new evidence has like surfaced has rise to the surface. So what do you guys think this is about to look like for him, and who do you think is about to pay for all of this shit? And this is about going back to like the alleged shooting, going back to like who shot Megan Thee Stallion. So that's what that case involves. So basically, bodyguard came to the surface and was like, "Hey, I just want to do the right thing." Tori didn't do it. It was actually somebody else, such and such or whatever. And then boom. I'm just like, damn, didn't she come out with a song about this shit too? About like how
Yeah.
I was like about how you shot her and everything. I'm just like,
I mean, no, he's not just taking that out just to alleviate some of the pressure.
All right. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that case too. And you know, I guess I mean, like, hey, free an innocent brother. If he's in there and if he's definitely innocent, like we definitely want to see him free and see justice. But I feel like somebody's definitely gonna have to do some. Somebody gonna have to pay for this. I feel like he's gonna want some coinage. That's 2 years of being incarcerated. Not to mention he was just recently stabbed like 14, 15 times. So that's not a good look either. But we'll be keeping a close eye on that. But you guessed it. Let's go ahead and get into this Diddy situation. So today is day 8 of the trial. And then, so, you know, we've been keeping up because like we film the show like once a week, maybe twice a week sometimes. So we've been keeping up with it. But like, you know, isn't it crazy how Jaguar Wright just made a rise to the surface?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if y'all saw that.
I mean, it's not that crazy,
but she's been quiet this whole time. We haven't seen her anything, and all this will be allegedly, by the way.
Well, like a jaguar, she lies before she pounces.
I was just like, she just randomly already knows when to pop up. It's just so weird to me. Because like, why you been quiet this whole time? Like, you had so much to say up until like everything that was going on, and you know, ever since Cassie been popping off, whatever. I think she been popping off actually really before Cassie, because she been giving us tea and dropping hints and all these other things, and you know, she just wasn't really giving us information. She was giving us information, but like there was like nothing to back it up for real. But
waiting at it.
Lord. What do you guys think I'll Be Sure has to say?
Who?
I'll Be Sure. So he's been talk for a long time, actually. Like, he's been trying to get like jumping on this bandwagon of not jumping on the bandwagon, but getting the game popping. Of like, yo, I've been trying to tell y'all like this dude has been up to no good for years. Cause I'll Be Sure is Quincy's daddy, I do believe. Yeah.
Okay.
And he like Diddy like kind of adopted him or whatever in the whole situation, whenever they got close in some way, somewhere, somehow or another when the dude got together with whoever Diddy was dating at the time, whoever Quincy Jones's ex is, I think it was Kim. Was it Kim?
Oh, was it Kim?
Was it Kim? I'm not sure. But anyway. So I know like he's adopted into the family. Quincy is not Diddy's. I do know that much, whatever. But I don't know. I would be very curious to hear what I'll Be Sure definitely has to say, because like he definitely has been talking like in these streets, and like he's been definitely trying to get some things popping. What y'all say? What's going on? Tap the screen. Thank you. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to comment on I'll Be Sure thing real quick. I think that he is focusing on trying to get his son's affection back. So I really hope that he just kind of stays quiet and flies under the radar. That's what I'm hoping. Because you know he got a show, the show on what's the nighttime show? I say Love and what's it on radio?
Oh, like
Quiet Storm.
I was about to say Dark Storm, but Quiet Storm. Damn, he's
Quiet Storm.
Ooh, you know, I haven't heard Quiet Storm in a while.
And he got a good voice for it too. He do got a voice for it.
Okay.
What you gonna have with it though? Like the cheddar biscuits?
Yeah, cheddar biscuits?
Cheddar biscuits.
I don't even eat tomato soup, but I love this concept. Tomato soup with cheddar biscuits. It's almost like a grilled cheese, but fancier.
Exactly. Right. Thank you for appreciating.
You know what's crazy is like, would you ever how would you ladies feel if you ever were in a position where you had to email your mom back and forth? Doesn't that seem
like
to you?
In order to communicate?
Yeah, like that's just your form of communication. We just email. Like I just feel like, why can't if I can't pick up the phone and call my child, I think that's a problem right there.
Well, I guess it would depend on why. Like, does your mom live in the wilderness in Alaska?
Exactly, but I'm talking about like Cassie's mama. That's how that's how they were going back and forth and communicating while she was with Diddy. Like if you notice throughout the trial, she always says, "Oh, I emailed," or "Email was sent." An email was. I'm just like, why was y'all doing all this emailing? Like who was doing that shit back and forth? Why did you just send a text message?
I mean, yeah, I'd have to agree though. It is pretty strange that that's your only form of communication with your child. Like,
Yeah,
I would hope, obviously, that if you're at least able to get with each other in the same room, but if you have an estranged, I mean, if you're estranged, I think that pretty much answers the question.
So, I'm trying to think. When do you guys think we'll hear about like the STDs and what was passed around? Because we already heard about sores and valves and stuff like that. I'm just like, yo, when is the rest of the? Because like the word UTI has been going around too, and I'm just like,
They talking about vaginosis is what they talking about. They talking about goddamn. We gonna call them UTIs, okay?
We gonna call them UTIs this whole time or whatever. I'm just like,
they STIs.
STIs. I'm just like, she got sores. She had to go see. But it's so weird. Did you?
Those are friction sores.
Did you see?
That's why.
Did you guys see like the alleged pictures of the guys that like the escorts that were hired?
I did.
I'm just like, this is crazy because like Cassie is a very beautiful woman, and then like that's like people like men in their dreams can't wait to sleep with a woman like that, whatever, and like these men just got the opportunity like this random willy nilly or whatever. I'm just like, damn.
Well, the fact that all it took was a dollar sign to just be like, yeah, can you do that? Oh, okay. What's the name? Yes, so.
A perfect example why they said beautiful and skin deep.
Well, I also say too, like they also allegedly didn't know who they were coming to, so that was also they just got
they kept coming back.
Yeah, they kept coming back.
Yeah, because it's like, did it even really matter if it was a celebrity? Are they implying that if it wasn't a celebrity, that it was totally fine?
They were probably good.
This is how beautiful she is in general, whether she's a celebrity or not. What people consider to be absolutely gorgeous.
First of all, if I come back the first time, I'm definitely coming back. I'm like, yo, I got to sleep with Cassie. Like, I'm coming back. But I'm just saying.
And there was also a statement from one of them that said they couldn't even really, it's not like they really enjoyed it because, Puffy was there voyaging and making the situation all uncomfortable and weird and telling her what to do and sometimes being aggressive with her and just kind of blowing the whole vibe.
I mean,
well, and this reinforces what she was saying about him essentially guiding the scene.
True. I don't know.
I was young and impressionable, and I dated someone that was 20 years older than me when I was 19. He was 39, and he strayed me into what is, a negative lifestyle, let's just say that. But I 100% take accountability for the choices that I made. And I decided to walk away. Some of the same certain circumstances. I wouldn't say that I was in an abusive relationship by far. Not I was never hit or anything like that or forced to do anything, but I was, introduced to things and
abusive to be manipulative.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't say I was abusive.
I hear you.
Say that I take accountability for my decisions. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, I was 19, but I made, I hung around for as long as I hung around, but I took full accountability to every decision I make. I don't put the sole blame on him, and thinking back on it, I could have walked away anytime. Would people know? Would it be weird? Living situation be different? Yes, but you gotta put up with that.
True. And That's another thing too that you keep hearing in the trials. Like, why did she stay so long? Why did she stay so long? I was like y'all said, like people can be manipulative. Dude was in charge of her finances. Dude was in charge of her living situation. Not to mention there was like one point whatever like them Cassie's mom and dad had to go basically pay to get her back or to make sure nothing got done to their daughter. Like they didn't even have.
They said that Pookie gave her mom her money back.
Yeah. I was gonna say that too, but yeah, like it was like $20,000, whatever, something that they didn't have, and like they had to like scramble and figure out like how much do we love our daughter, and they got together and all that stuff like that, whatever, and then yeah, like the money got brought her back, but it's just like damn, like
they shouldn't have been put in the position to do that to begin with.
Exactly, and I'm just like damn, that's just crazy. That's just, I can't even imagine. I mean, yeah, she was there for 10 years, but it's just like, and then like I was like I said, and it goes back to like the whole.
I mean, she was probably worried about her financial position. Would he financially bankrupt her? Yeah. And then she probably thought about her position in the industry.
When she could have just walked away and went to Walmart. Like I'm just saying, it's all about her reputation, her persona. It wasn't necessarily that her life was in danger. It's just that she didn't want to ruin her reputation. But fuck that reputation if you're living a life of misery.
I think too, when she tried to run away, whatever, she was getting beat up, and then like the video back.
That was one incident, and
it was multiple.
We don't have contact to that. We just have a video, and I'm not saying any context could make it better, but I'm just saying it could have not even had anything to do with the quote unquote freak off.
But I mean, like they said, there was multiple.
This could have been a worry about that video. It has to do with the movie premiere, and she needed to leave to get on time, and she was supposed to leave early. And she was trying to desperately run to the elevator to go, but he was upset, and it turned into a whole situation. But they did get her.
Again, it wasn't 100% necessary that she was trying to run away from the situation. She was trying to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it just really goes
to my point as a star.
Yeah, so it's not like she was trying to leave the relationship forever. She was trying to go somewhere, and they got into a spousal dispute. It was wrong. Everything he did was 100% wrong. And I feel like he definitely should pay the price for that. But again, it's not showing proof that he was forcefully keeping her in life. This argument and fight had nothing to do with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, she did admit that she did really love him. So, I mean, I think I feel like when you're in love, your rose-colored glasses of that person are on, so you just like can't see the obvious things.
That's very fair. That's very fair for the first year, 2, 3, maybe even 4.
But she was with her 10 years. Like, I'm not going to sit here and justify it. I'm just saying, I can understand how, it was difficult for her at first, but after a while, I mean, are you used to it now? Is this just what you're accepting as, like, what you think you're worth? Like, I don't know. I'm not here to have her justify her experience, but I do think it is worth reflecting on.
What family member do you guys think is going to be the first suspect to come out? I know, right?
Not his mom.
Well, I mean, I was wondering if she was going to be on that list, but allegedly, like the son got served some papers apparently at one of those homes. So I want to know if he's going to be tied into some of this stuff too. And then, like, allegedly there's stuff going around, like he did stuff with like the housekeeper, or not the housekeeper, but like one of the staff members or something like that, and it was like kind of very like provoked and stuff like that. And allegedly, and I was just like, So I wonder if that that one that looks like him is going to definitely come out first. That will be interesting. But you know what else I can't wait to see is this whole situation about Kid Cudi. Like,
oh my gosh!
I know. I was just like, there's going to be so much stuff.
When Cassie was making an attempt to try to put space between her and Diddy, she was apparently interested in Kid Cudi, and he just was not having it. And he threatened him. And Kid Cudi even, I guess, like brings this up about how he threatens him. And apparently, he kind of follows through on that threat by having that arson incident with him blowing up the car in the driveway.
Yep. And it's crazy because they're like, allegedly they said, oh yeah, he hung somebody off the balcony or whatever. Allegedly that was like a Wale situation. So I can't wait to see if he has to start making an appearance in court as well too. That's going to be crazy.
I know.
But the
The
whole Kid Cudi
paper.
thing or whatever, because like I don't even know. Have you even heard any new music from Kid Cudi since all this incident or whatever? But like, only thing I got from Kid Cudi was a good movie. If you know what I mean. If you know, you know.
Get out. Get out.
No, he made a movie. It's a movie for when you're on. I'll tell you later. But it's a good movie. It's a good show. It's you when you do certain recreational things, I guess. But
I mean,
it's gonna be interesting when you hear him talk. And
he had a particular audience that admired his creative expression.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was like for the advanced members. Get my drift. The other plan.
You know, I'm really interested to see what Cassie's ex-best friend is going to say.
I'm really curious to see what a lot of these people are going to say. Like, they got Don Richards, Rashad. Sorry, Don.
Who's that best friend?
What happened?
Cassie's ex-best friend.
Oh, Cassie.
And they really did Don Richards. My God, she gonna set it off.
Well, no, she's been in the.
And that's what everyone's been saying on the internet is, you know, just speculating on what Dawn is going to say.
I mean, Dawn isn't there telling the truth, and she pretty much confirmed. I mean, because she's been on the stand. I think today was like day 2 of it, and she might have to go back on tomorrow. I can't remember. But no, like she definitely confirmed what Cassie was saying and all that stuff like that. But like, then they throwing like loopholes because they're talking about. I think somebody was saying like they might be throwing some of her stuff out because there's like, I mean, she's not closing loopholes as well too. But she also was like trying to get away from Diddy, but at the same time still trying to work with Diddy. So like they find that a little bit of conflict of interest.
I'm sorry, I'm misremembering names. It's Audrey that people are really excited to hear from if they ever call her to the stand. Dawn, they did speak with. You're right. I'm sorry, they did speak with her already.
Right.
But I did read somewhere. I know what you're talking about. I did read somewhere where they are considering striking some of her testimony, but I don't think it got approved because it's already Thursday, and I haven't seen anything about her statements being officially striked, so it probably didn't pass.
Oh, that's cool. Well, another thing too is like everybody keeps been saying lately, like, how come we haven't heard from Audrey O'Day? She's had so much to say. She has so much to say. First of all,
she said she would have put out a statement if she wasn't going to testify.
Well, she also hasn't been subpoenaed to court as well too. So she can't really say anything. But like, if she does get subpoenaed to court, I wonder if her lawyer will be her mom. Because that's how.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, because like that's how she's like been stayed protected or whatever. Because her mom was like, bring that contract over here. See, this is what happens. Allegedly, this is made up in my head. Like Diddy was like, I'm gonna get some of these dumb girls, like make a little group or whatever. Didn't realize that some of these girls took them contracts home to their mama and was like, hey mom, can you help me read over this? And was like, oh okay. Oh hell no. Like So that would be very interesting. Ooh. Wait, because I had another juicy ass question. Oh no, that's gonna be later. When do you guys think Ciroc is gonna go on sale?
Very soon. You know what? Maybe Memorial Day. It's a good time.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Because I said this about a couple shows ago, whatever. How long do you guys think? Like, how much money do you guys think Diddy has or whatever? So I think back in 2019 or whatever, he was rated like 100 million or something like that. Forbes rated him at like 100 million, whatever. Yo, Diddy's net worth is down to 200 million now.
Oh, I don't think that we will know exactly how much. I think it's a lot more than we would ever know, but a lot of his assets are in his mom's name.
I mean, I get that.
He made that very clear.
I get that too. Wow. But they said according to his net worth today, or whatever, he didn't drop down a couple. And yes, like I mean, that's smart. Put that shit in your.
But you know what? Net worth is nothing, and that's just what they think they know about. That's not including all the assets that his mom has in his name.
That can
definitely be net worth has never been accurate. Cat Williams taught us that.
I mean, yeah, that's very true. But like, even when people post networks or whatever, because I was just like, somebody said something about Lil Kim's net worth was like 10 million or whatever, and then I was like, the other person, I was just like, well, first of all, I don't think Lil Kim, like, first of all, Lil Kim, you know, she's still popping or whatever, and she's still doing shows and whatever. So I think her net worth was more than that, and I looked it up or whatever, and I was just like, fact check. So yes, nobody really knows those numbers. Nobody really knows. I mean, like, those are all guesstimates or whatever, and then, like, you know, things that they off of their wealth that they build or something like that. But yeah, Ciroc should definitely go on soon. Go on sale real soon. So wait, besides Puff being involved with alleged deaths, Biggie Small and Tupac, what other deaths do you guys think he had involvement with, or what will you be surprised of if he, like, because they're starting to pull out guns now? I would like just the involvement with, like, you know, we had a lot of celebrities die. I mean, such as, you know, like Aaliyah, other people, Tupac, Biggie, other them. There's been some other tragic deaths as well too. So, like, and you know, like Prince, and they're talking about Prince knows some stuff, whatever, allegedly. But you know, hey, I would be very surprised if I know if he had like I would probably be. I don't know. I would definitely be surprised about a lot of things because, like, I don't know. We see how Biggie and Tupac played out, so we kind of already know how that's gonna work. All right, why do you guys think Ray J is still standing with Puffy?
Because he's also despicable.
I was gonna say, because why not? Because so far they've only proved that he's like a disgusting, terrible ass boyfriend, jealous. But I'm still like waiting for the real crimes to be proven, other than him abusing Cassie, which that's not what's on trial.
Right.
Well, and that's essentially what the defense. You know, if we go back to the opening statement, that is essentially what I was saying. The defense was arguing, and that's why I kind of like rolled my eyes when I told you that, because I was like, I mean,
so wait, do you guys think like
it's a really good tactic because you're addressing their that was going to be their strongest argument. Like, the prosecution was going to use his behavior and his relationships as their strongest argument for his deviant dealings on a legal sense. And I know that sounds strange, but it would add merit to his character. So by the defense essentially neutralizing that by omitting that, okay, yeah, we admit he has bad temper. He does have these strange, sexual fetishes, but that's not a crime. It makes him a jerk, but it's not a crime to be a jerk. So I hear what you're saying, girl. Like, that's kind of what the defense is trying to argue, is that you can't prove he's actually committed any of these actual legal crimes. All you're trying to say is that he's a terrible person, and you're trying to manipulate the perspective of him being terrible with him committing real fraudulent legal crimes. And anyway, I think I'm making my point. I'm certainly.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into some rapid questions real quick, and then we'll get into like the music trivia as well too. But these rapid questions can be a little juicy. All right. So
okay.
Do you guys? So the girls got, like, on day 3, got, you know, kind of like left the courtroom after hearing a lot of things that Cassie had to say or whatever, and really hasn't really been in the courtroom like that. So obviously the girls are learning a lot about their father. It's just like, whoa.
Unfortunately, my God, I feel like I wouldn't be able to look at my father the same way if I found that out about. Like, I wouldn't even.
I feel like they already had some idea, but the part that's probably new to them is the bisexuality, which that might even
allegedly
be that they may already know that. So just to hear the details of what they do behind closed doors, I mean, that's grown people stuff. So I mean, they know their dad is a grown adult.
So wait,
I'm not sure what parts of it will really be shocking to them.
My question is, when they get back in, or if they do get into the Kim Porter thing, like, is the kids going to have are the kids going to be there for that? Like, oh my God, I don't know how.
I don't know how they even gonna bring it up because Kim Porter's not here.
She's not here, but like when you get into, like, when they start getting more into the racketeering things, that's when we're going to find out, like, a lot about, like, the Kid Cudi's.
And when are they going to do that?
Soon, because Kid Cudi has to talk soon, and that falls under racketeering.
Having Kid Cudi's car blown up falls under racketeering.
Yeah, because
I thought racketeering had to do something with money and using a fake business.
No, so it has
Money,
to do, so
something like that.
racketeering is all those things actually, what you just said. Racketeering, it falls under like having when you run a business with inside of a business or whatever, an illegal business with inside of a business or whatever, and those things can be like, you know, such things like a mafia. So any of those.
But his business was legit though. Bad Boys was a legit business.
Well, the other stuff that he was doing wasn't legit. That's what they're getting him for. So like sending his goons.
I'm just trying to see how they gonna tie that into racketeering because it would have to be all those other things will have to correlate to Bad Boys for it to be racketeering.
Well, they said
I don't feel like these charges were the right charges. That's what I'm saying. I just don't feel like these are the right charges.
Well, they're saying whenever Kid Cudi starts talking, whatever, that's when they're going to start tying that racketeering in. And basically, when they get him for that racketeering charge, like they only really need to get him for that racketeering charge, and that's going to send him away forever. Even if they don't get him on the sex trafficking charge or the other charges that he's.
The tiny spot. It's expired.
Ooh, not expired.
Oh.
All right. Let's talk about your boy Chris Breezy. He finally got out today. He was locked up.
Chris Breezy.
He's free because $6.7 million later. I was just like, I don't know how I would feel about that. I might have to cancel all my shows in the UK. I'd be like, damn. But so basically that falls back to an incident that happened back into 2003 or whatever too. My thing is too, like, why did he go over there? Like, he didn't go over there last time on tour because he knew that was going to happen. So what makes you think this time that shit wasn't going to happen? I was like, who is my people and why wasn't they looking out for me? Because these people could have flown in. Like, trains. They could have came in on a train or something and came to see me across at the other arena. I ain't had to come over here to Manchester. He was like, y'all sat there, y'all done got me caught up and caused me $6 million. Yeah, we got to cut this shit. I'm like, no.
But it's time we might entertain a little conversation.
Hey. I'm just like, damn. I thought Chris, for a minute there, I didn't think, because he was supposed to be there until June 13th. I think Chris Breezy come over here to the DMV, to his home DMV in August. So I was just like, ooh. I wasn't sure how this was gonna look out for Chris. All right. So next rapid question.
All right.
According to your host, Geek'd Out with Trey, are we still putting sugar in grits?
I mean, yes. I don't do it, but we can't. We have to accept it's a thing.
Net, you hear me?
What's that?
I said, according to your host, the Geek'd Out with Trey, are we still putting sugar in grits?
You know what? Don't raise my blood pressure.
Don't raise my blood pressure.
Don't raise my blood pressure.
Okay.
Oh, that shit not trying to do it today, Trey.
This boy over here talking about sugar on grits, and he's about to get me up to the song. You hear mom in the background? Yeah.
Oh, mighty grown. Okay, they had a grown man in the house.
We put in sugar.
Don't be no even. You better put some eggs and bacon in the grits, salt and pepper.
Get that sweet and savory going. All right, so wait. So, now allegedly Kanye West has come out the closet. So who do you guys think his first boyfriend?
No way.
Who do you think his first boyfriend is going to be, or that he's the first guy that's going to strut his stuff? And do you think they'll be dressing like, Bianca and Kim K?
I think no one's going to want to touch him because they've seen how he treated Kim Kardashian and like, come on, they're not. I don't think any gay man would want to touch him because he clearly has a huge ego.
I don't know if he out here dressing women like that. How he gonna be dressing the men's? Like, that's gonna be
such a huge ego.
That's gonna be very interesting. All right, next rapper question. Where is Mr. Bentley? And when are we going to get to hear him on the stand? That was one of Puffy's former assistants. That's who we need to hear from. And also, speaking of former assistants, whatever, his ex-assistant before, like when he was testifying, whatever, and that's probably when we're gonna get more into that racketeering charges too, because the ex-assistant, whatever, was like, I'm not speaking unless I can, like, unless he was granted immunity. And like, he was like, what are you about to? So usually when you are about this, when you're granted immunity or whatever, like you are about to like drop some serious shit or whatever. And he was just like, I don't want to be nowhere near that motherfucker when. So that'll be interesting to hear. So I think that's more racketeering right there, or we're going to hear some other shit what he's been doing illegally. Do you guys think? What do you guys think about Diddy asking for a pardon, a presidential pardon?
It just hits differently now.
What if he gets it? That'll be different. Well, that'll be because allegedly that president was at allegedly that one of those parties too. Or there's pictures of there's pictures of them floating around on the internet. Do you guys think Diddy will be transferred to El Salvador or to a prison with Suge Knight?
I think Diddy's gonna get off.
You think he's gonna get off?
I think he already did, girl.
Yeah.
Well, obviously he already did all that Astroglide baby oil. They say
you're on the road, right?
They say it's Tootsie Roll. They say it's the size of a Tootsie. All right. That's enough for the rapid questions. Let's get into these games real quick. All right. I worked real hard on this too.
Okay.
And it's going to be according to theme. All right. So, according to Cassie, you've been waiting so long to do what? Without singing the song.
To do it.
Don't sing the song.
Okay.
We ain't paying for that.
For you to answer my call.
Okay. Got that Google. Got Google. There we go.
No, I just had to sing it in my head. Sing it out loud.
According to Biggie, when I was dead and broke, man, I couldn't picture this. What do Biggie have? What did Biggie have? I couldn't picture this. What did Biggie have? What's the next words? And this is where I got y'all.
Dead and gone?
Nah. All right, it's gonna be a 50-inch screen TV and money green money green sofas.
Oh.
All right. Next question. We got people playing in the background.
I was calling for help.
All right, listen.
Not calling for help.
According to Mary J.
Okay.
She is searching for a real love to do what?
To set her heart free.
Oh, look at you. Okay.
Okay.
Wait. So I got the first question. And I got the second question. No. Hold on. Y'all got the first question. I got the second question. And y'all just got that one. So we 2 against 1. All right. All right. According to Mace. Yeah. Here's where I'm going to make my comeback because ain't nobody listened to Mace soon recently.
I know it's terrible.
According to Mace, can't nobody take my pride. What else can't they do?
Can't nobody hold us down.
Damn.
All right.
Not y'all coming prepared. 3 against 2. Come on, y'all. All right. This is probably a bad one.
Do it anyway.
Okay. According to Diddy, now what y'all want to do? Y'all want to be ballers, short callers, brawlers, What type of car was he dipping in?
An Impala?
Might be my comeback.
Is it a bin?
Damn. Yes. He was dipping in the bins with the spoilers.
Ah.
Yeah, I really feel like I'm paying Jeopardy.
Yes, I'm about to do. You know what? Fuck hip hop next time. I'm gonna go old. I'm gonna just do country.
Yeah, you know you're a Texas girl now. Let's go.
Oh, well, you never know.
According to Tupac, he ain't no killer, but don't push him. What is sweet revenge like to Tupac?
Pussy.
Damn.
I wish I could say more.
Oh, damn. Well, you know what they say, ain't no party like a Diddy party. All right. That's our show. That's our show. Go ahead, Allison. So I'll go ahead and shout your platforms. Allison.
Yes. Sorry.
Go ahead and shout your platforms out.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I got a little distracted. So my platform, you can find me on Instagram, Allison Salt Official, and you can find me on FetLife, Allison Salt. Otherwise, yeah, that's it, guys. Those are the only two places.
Are we going to be able to see the food?
Oh, I have already eaten.
Damn.
It was so good. You know what? It's okay. I'm going to bring you a sample, Trey. I'm going to bring you a sample.
All right, Matt.
Hey, I just feel here sometimes.
Sometimes.
And I was actually, I was logged in with you on TikTok once.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
Sometimes. All right, thank you guys for watching.